Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a GW Tiger. It's the Tier 9 German SPG. It's located on the southwest spawn of Arctic region, otherwise known as Mannerheim Line, and is under the command of Goran. Now, he's armed with the 21cm howitzer. How can I tell? There's no muzzle brake at the end of the barrel. If it was there, it would be the 17cm gun, but this is the 21cm. It's capable of 1100 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armour, and it's got a 12m burst radius, and with a premium ammo that goes up to 13.2. It's the same gun as on the Tier 10 Arty, the GW E100. Well, they actually did build one of these. It was in prototype at the time. They were actually testing it at the end of the war when it was finally captured. In fact, there's a picture of 3 American soldiers inside the hull of this vehicle where the gun would be and where the crew would operate, and you can see the immense size of this thing. It was huge. Okay, the first target he's aiming for is a Jaegeru, seen up near the enemy camp area. He fires around in, and well, that was a splash for 338, and you can see Goran stayed to see exactly what happened to the shell. Landed just to the left of the Jaegeru. Down to the south, we can see a number of enemy tanks have suddenly arrived, and this is when you load the premium ammo to increase the blast radius, because then you'll hit more tanks at the same time. In fact, you're more than likely going to take out 1 or 2 tanks simultaneously if they sit alongside each other with low hit points. Well, he damaged 2 there. He damaged the Object 430U and the IS-7. The 430U took 84 hit points of damage, and the IS-7 420, but they both took stun assist. Or no, just the 430U took stun assist. And we just lost our 277 because he got gangbanged by those tanks. Now he's still loading the standard ammo at the moment. Again, you've got 2 tanks alongside each other. You'll do more damage. He fires that one in. Unfortunately, it falls short. You've got 4 tanks in close proximity. This is the moment when a premium round would do maximum damage, as it hits all of them at the same time. And that increases your chances of getting stun assist. Now he's aiming a little short there. I'd actually aim a little long to ensure the shell does go down the slope correctly. He's almost loaded. I think he's a bit short there. That's better. Rounds out. That's better. Gets it right. 400 hit points of damage on the T-54. 154 on the IS-7 as well. And loads of stun assist and damage assist. I think those tanks have suddenly realised, yeah, they can't stick around on that ramp, because if they do, they're all going to get wiped out. Reload time is just under 35 seconds. Yes, it's a long time, but it's a very big shell. 21cm shell, that's huge. Probably takes 2 men just to lift the shell off the deck. Going for the T10. Side on, right into him. 454 there. Must have done quite a lot of damage to the vehicle as well, and the critical hits on the modules, because he was sitting there for some time. I think he was trying to fix things, either cure crewmates or sort out which modules he wanted restored. Almost get ready to go. He's still firing standard ammunition in there. Rounds out. That 430U could go. Oh! He missed out on a bombardier there. You know, if he'd loaded a premium ammo and it landed in right between those 2 tanks, they would have been both goners for sure. No doubt about that. The footprint being so big, he would have taken out 2 tanks with 1 shot easily. They both had virtually no hit points left. So do think about that. Load the premium if you've got a situation where you've got more than 1 tank together. Now, temporarily, we've lost sight of all of the enemy tanks down in the south, and the reason for that is that obviously our guys are taking defensive positions which actually stop them seeing the enemy tanks because they pulled back for a moment. We can see the T-10 now, and the T-54 and Leopard are still close together. And he got a direct hit on the T-10 there because the shell disappeared without an explosion. Again, that's useful information because it might tell us the T-10 is a splash kill for the next shot. Looking up towards the north, the enemy Arty's grouped together. There they are, GW Tiger and an Object 261. He's lining up the shot for the GW. 261 just fired and has moved away, but he's going for the GW because he probably hasn't loaded yet. Ah! Well, he didn't get the kill, unfortunately. The Batchat 155.58 got there just a split second before Goran, and unfortunately his shell was wasted, but it was a good try. It was worth it. Looking back to the south, we can see that the enemy has disappeared from sight, and it might be that they've actually returned to their own cap area to defend it. We can see there's a Yaru up there. The Leopard spotted him. And he's a splash kill as well. Goran might be able to get the kill on this guy. Rounds out. He stays to watch the shell. Hits the target. But doesn't kill him. So he will be a splash kill for the next one for sure. And in fact, actually, the Batchat gets the kill. Because he fired in just after Goran. And he did die this time from near miss. Okay, he's got 2 rounds of standard ammo left. We can't see the T-54, the Object 430U or the Leopard. As I said, I think they've returned to their cap area. The 430U's actually appeared in the north and just killed our Leopard from behind. You can see he is a splash kill. Rounds out. Oh, just too far away to actually do the necessary. And the Batchat misses as well, but he might have more rounds available because remember, 10 seconds between each shot on the Batchat. Okay, the Leopard has reappeared and he just got killed because he was a splash kill. The T-10 is a splash kill for sure. He's gone down. And that means now they've only got 2 tanks, the T-30 and the Object 430U. And 2 Arty. And at this moment Goran's decided to get into cover somewhere else because he suspects that that 430U might be headed in this direction. And he's right. Absolutely right. The 430U is trying to come down the gully, but he is a splash kill as well. He could be taken out with just 1 shot. I think the TVP might have seen him. And if he goes up onto that raised ground... Oh, the TVP got killed by the T-30 from behind. And he fires at the T-30. The shell goes long. And unfortunately, we miss out on that occasion. So it's now 3 versus 4. The Conway, who's up on the duck. Why is it the duck? Well, the shadow is shaped like a duck if you look at it. Whilst the other one's shaped like a cat or a mouse, depending on your perspective. There's the 430. Now remember, he's a splash kill. Oh! And unfortunately, Goran fired, but the Batchat 155.58 was quicker on the draw and got the kill. And that means now the scores are equal. The enemy's got the T-30, we've got the Conway. He's looking to where the T-30 was last seen. If that T-30's smart, he will try to come from a different angle. But it's very difficult because the Conway's in a position where he can see if the enemy does try to reposition. And, oh, he's come forward. Okay, well, he's trying to use the lay of the land, the topography, to defeat the Conway. But that's going to hurt him. 301. And he's killed by the Conway. And you know what that means? There's only 2 enemy left. It's both the Arty. Goran's got 2,210 recorded damage. And here comes the Object 261 from the north. Looks like the Batchat failed with his first shot. And he got taken out by the 261. The Conway will inevitably come around the corner. And yes, finished him off. And that means there's only the M53, M55 on the enemy team. And he's just met the Conway face to face and shotguns him. And Goran fires around in and hits the M53, but it doesn't kill him. So it's now going to be a duel between Artys, and who's going to have the faster reload? Well, I suspect that it's actually going to be Goran who gets the highest, the faster reload. Unless, of course, the M53, M55 has a good crew, because he might have a 33-second reload. Goran's got a 35-second reload. But I suspect Goran, with a bigger shell, it's a 21cm shell for Goran, it's a 203mm shell for the M55. That is the M55. He had the 8-inch howitzer on him. I know that because when I saw it, short stumpy gun that doesn't extend over the front of the vehicle is the 8-inch. Well, we know that the M53, M55 went down into that gully. And he can't get to the cap unless he comes out of there. The only other thing he can do is to go along the gully, up north again, and come back the same way he did before to try and approach the cap from the north instead of directly from the gully. But if he does that, Goran will probably spot him because he's behind the bush. And if he does spot him, he'll get a dialed in shot on the M53 whilst he's on the move. And seeing as he's wounded, Goran will probably get the win. And he's firing his last round. And that's a premium round. Bigger burst radius. 13.2 meters if I remember correctly. Just check. Yes, it is 13.2 meters. So Goran's got a much better chance of killing the M53, M55 than the M55 has on him. Plus, of course, he's moved position. The M53, M55 thought he was a little further back, but he's actually changed and he's gone behind this bush now. And the enemy wouldn't have seen that. So is he going to come from the north or is he going to come out the gully? In fact, Goran said last shell, and here he is. He's coming in. He knocks the tree down. But he's trying to aim manually. Dials in. Yes! What a manually aimed shot. That was brilliant. He didn't go to overhead. He just locked on. And away he went. And wow, what a shot to win the game. Last shell in his magazine. You know what that means? He's got a medal, all right. Oh, wrong screen. Sorry about that. This is the right screen. Yes, he did get it. He got a Fadin's medal for killing the last enemy with the last shell in his magazine. First class tanker for Goran in the GW Tiger. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17. He got a Fadin's medal for killing the last enemy with the last round in his magazine. And a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. In fact, the M53, M55 was the only kill that he managed to get in the entire battle, because that chap 155-58 kept kill stealing and taking away the enemy that Goran had already hit earlier on. So yes, nice play by Goran. Saved the team, won for them with the last shell. Look at this. Highest damage in the game, no high caliber, but highest damage in the game. 3,780 hit points of damage from Goran. 3,315 hit points by the Object 430U, and then 3,081 by their T10. When it came to kills, it was actually shared between the Batchat 155-58, the kill stealer, who got 3. The TVP T50-51 also got 3 kills, and so did their T10. 2 kills went to the Conway, the Object 432, and also the Object 261 and their M53, M55 on the enemy team. And he should be congratulated as well, because he did get a lovely shotgun on the Conway at the last moment when he came around that corner. The Conway must have got one hell of a shock when he met an M53, M55 at speed coming the opposite direction and just got blasted into oblivion. Fantastic shot by him, but what a shot by Goran to win the day. When it came to base XP, he's top on that one. 1045 base for Goran, 817 for the Leopard 1, and 729 for the Batchat 155-58. He fired 15 rounds in that game, got 7 direct hits, no penetration but 16 splash. Damage of 3,780 hit points, of which 3,462 were at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 of the enemy but only killed 1 of them, and 444 hit points of damage assistance and 1,785 hit points of stun assist of 15 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 59,108 credits from the game and 50,000 credits for completing the mission and events, so his total was 109,108 credits. And after ammunition respawn, remember he did have to pay for 4 premium rounds that he used right towards the end of the battle. He ended up with 54,228 credits. He actually picked up 1,567 XP, but he got ×5 on this occasion. So he also got 1,567 from personal reserves and took away 9,405 experience points altogether. This was his very first Fadin's medal. He hasn't received one before. And I can tell you, most people, when they do get a Fadin's medal, are pretty surprised. But the thing is that Goran knew that this was his last shell. He knew. He was very self-conscious. My first Fadin's, I didn't know it was my last shell. I had no idea. So when I aimed that last shot, it wasn't conscious of the fact that this was the last round I had available. It was just merely I was aiming at the enemy and thinking about where I should put the shell. With Goran's case, he knew full well that this was his last round, and the only way he was going to win the battle was by either get that hit or try and ram the enemy and get some damage out of him that way. But it was one hell of a play, very well accurately shot, and it won the battle for his team. And he did carry his team because he got the highest damage as well. So well done, Goran. Great game. Just goes to show how good the GW Tiger is once it's in the hands of somebody who knows how to use it. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.